Hello everyone. So we all are well acquainted with Google Slides. It's a presentation program offered to us by Google. And since its usage is worldwide, its integration is also going to be very useful. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the top 5 automations you can create using Pabbly Connect and Google Slides. So what you can do is upload image in Google Slide from Google Forms and send on WhatsApp, which means you can integrate Google Forms and Google Slides and later send the notifications on WhatsApp. Then automatically insert image in Google Slides presentation, which means no need to have a separate hassle. You can simply use this automation. Secondly, convert Google Slides into PNG or JPEG automatically. So which means the headache of researching a website which can convert is gone because you can use this automation. Then create Google Slides presentation from Typeform response, which means not just Google Forms, you can integrate Google Slides with any form builder application. And lastly, send Slack message for new presentation in Google Slides, which means you will never miss a new presentation in your slides. Just send a notification on Slack. So let us learn how you can create all of these automations using Pabbly Connect.
In this video, we will learn how you can automatically upload an image in Google Slide from Google Forms and send it on WhatsApp. So let's say you want to create a certificate on Google Slides using information, details and pictures from Google Forms and then send the certificate on WhatsApp. So we are going to automate this entire process using Pabbly Connect. Come to my screen to see how we do this. To upload image in Google Slides from Google Forms and send on WhatsApp, let us first go to Pabbly's website. You can see the landing page of Pabbly. On top right, you can see two options, sign in and sign up free. Well, if you sign up free, you will get free tasks every month. So do not forget to sign up. Since we already have an account, we will just sign in. Pabbly Connect. Okay, it's loading. On the top right, you will see a create workflow button. It will ask you to name. So we will simply write the title, that is how to upload image in Google Slide from Google Forms and send on WhatsApp. Now let us create. So now it will show you two windows, trigger and action. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. So our entire automation process would be based on these two steps, trigger and action. Let us understand this with the help of an example. A trigger can be when an order is placed, an action can be add the order details in a Google Sheet. So in our case, a trigger can be when a form is received, a response is received in Google Forms, the action can be make the certificate and send it via WhatsApp. So now let us begin. For a trigger application, first we will select Google Forms. For the trigger event, we will select new response received. Now it will show you a webhook URL like this. A webhook URL is basically a link that connects two applications. So we will copy this and now we will follow these steps to paste the link in Google Sheets. So for that, first let us come to the Google form. You can see this is the Google form that I have created. Student slide, the title is student slide form. The name is there, student name is there, email is there, contact number, and then the image is there. That file can be uploaded here. So now on the top, right next to questions, you will see response button. Just click there. And now you will see a Google Sheet like icon. Click on that and then create a new spreadsheet. Alright, it has created a new spreadsheet and you can see these fields are also there like we had in our Google form, name, email, phone number, image. Similarly, you can see name, email, phone number and image. So now what we will do is on the top you will see extensions button. Just click there. Come to Pabbly Connect webhooks. Then initial setup. Now here in the webhook URL, just paste the URL that we copied from here. I'll show you. This is the one. So we have just pasted it here. So in the trigger column, we will write column E. So what will happen when the detail is added in column E, Pabbly will capture the response of the entire row. So now let us just submit. Okay, it says setup configured successfully. Now just cross this and click again on extensions. Again, Pabbly Connect to webhooks. Instead of initial setup, just click on send on event. So what will happen? Every time a new row is added, Pabbly will capture the response. And remember, when we added column E as the trigger column, so what will happen? The moment the image will be added, Pabbly is going to capture the response of this entire row, that is timestamp, name, email, phone number and image. Okay, so coming back to our Pabbly, you will see it is waiting for webhook response. Now to check if we have successfully connected Google Forms with Pabbly, let us quickly go and do a test submission. So I'll come to my form here. This is the form. I will just click on preview and fill the dummy details. Okay, so like you can see, I filled in the dummy details. That is demo dummy is the name, email address. Okay, let me just quickly correct this. Then the phone number and then the image I have uploaded. So I will just submit the form. And it says the form is submitted. Now coming back to our Google Sheet, you will see the responses come here, the image link and the other details. Now let us go to Pabbly and see if it is able to capture the response. Yes, even Pabbly has captured the response. You can see the timestamp, then the name of the person who filled in the form, the email address, contact number. Here is the image link as well, you can see. So this means we have successfully connected Google Forms with Pabbly. Now on to the action step. So here we will select Google Drive. Okay. The action event would be share a file with anyone. Why? Now we have this image. Now we want to make it shareable. So for that, we will select share a file with anyone. Let us connect. Let us connect, add new connection, connect with Google Drive. I will select my account. Okay, since I was already logged into my account, I will not have to give my credentials again. Just the permission. And it says authorization successful. So now it needs a file ID. Let us just turn the mapping, remove it, and we will take it from Google Forms. Okay, so we need a file ID. Let us scroll down and find if we have a file ID in the response. No, we don't have a file ID. Like you can see it here, when we received the response, after a submission was made in Google Form, we received this response and there is nowhere where we can see the file ID. So what we will do is, we will just add a step in between. Click on action and choose text formatter. For the action event, we will select split text, connect. And now what we will do is, I'll show you. In the first step, we got this image link. This link we got. You can see it here as well. When we try to map it, yes, this is the one. So using this, we will get a file ID. Alright, so here, the text formatter step, we will just take this. Alright, so now what I want is, I want the part after equal sign. I want this part only. So therefore, I will use equal sign as the separator. This is the separator. Segment index would be last, since I want the last part after equal. Since I want the part after equal, just the last part, so I will keep the segment index as last. Now save and send test request. And you will see it has successfully splitted the link, this image link. And now we have got the file ID. So now coming to Google Drive step again, we will reconnect it. Since we are already connected, so we'll go with existing connection, save. And now again we will just turn on the mapping, remove it, and from text formatter we will use this as the file ID. Okay, just save and send test request. Alright, now here you can see it has give the response. You can see this link here. Okay, now on the next step, click on plus button. That is the action step. Now write Imgur. Okay, for the action event, just select upload image. It uploads an image from URL. Connect, add new connection. Allow. Since I was already logged in here, I will not have to give my credentials. Authorization successful, it says. Okay, so you must be wondering, why did we do this step? Why did we add this step? Like we added Imgur in action and then selected upload image. That is why, because we want the image in JPG or PNG format. We'll have to use that in the later step, and therefore we have selected Imgur here. Okay, in the image URL, I'm going to first paste this part of the link. So I'm pasting this part of the URL manually, as this is going to remain same for all the files. And then after this, now for the second part of the URL, what we will do is we are going to map it. So we will go to the Google Drive step, click here, then you will see response to ID, this one. And we are just going to click on this. Now comes the name. So for name, let us again go to Google Forms and map the student's name, that is Demo Dummy. Now let us just click on save and send test request. We are going to leave this empty for now. In the response, you will see various details like the data type, that is the image format PNG. It's an PNG format. And if you'll scroll down, you will see it is generated a data link. So this is the link that we will be using when we add an image in the Google slide. So we'll be using this data link, this image link there in the Google Slides step. Now let us move on to our next step. Click on plus button. Select Google Sheets. For the action event, we will select lookup spreadsheet rows. Connect. Since I was already logged into my Google Gmail account, Google Sheets, so I will go with select existing connection. Okay, so now you will see it has brought all the spreadsheets that I had created in my account, my Google Sheets here. So my sheet name here is Student Slide Form Responses. Like you can see here, this is the spreadsheet. Okay. Now, so for the lookup column, I want to use this column C, that is email column, as the lookup column. And so I will write just column C here. The lookup value, again, you can see here in the Google Sheets, would be the email. So I'm going to map it from first step, that is Google Form step, to map it, and then just save and send test request. Now you will see it has brought all the details of the student's email address as the lookup value, and Pabbly brought all the details of the student, of that student here, the student with this email address. You can see the student name, then you can see the student's contact number, and so on. Wait, I'll show you here in my sheet. You can see this, the name of the student with this email address and the phone number and the other details. Now, since we have the details of the student here, now let us work on the presentation. For that, just click on action step, plus button here. Then select Google Slides for the action. action event would be create presentation from template, connect, add new connection. So I will select my account here. Since I was already logged into my account, I will not have to give my credentials, just permission. Authorization successful, it says. Now it will show you a lot of templates that I had created in my Google Slides account. So I'll show you. I want to work on this Academy Awards. So I want the name of the student to come here and the logo of my academy. So for that, I'm going to select my template's name, that is Academy Awards, like you can see here. The title of new presentation could be any. I will just write Pabbly Education Awards. You can write any as per your requirement or choice. Now this is showing the presentation's location where the final presentation will be saved in Google Drive here. Okay, so now we want name to come here, and therefore we will map the name here. We'll take it from Google Forms. Just click here, save and send test request. Now, like I told you, apart from name, we also want picture here. So then we'll click on plus button again. Select Google Slides again. And this time, we are going to upload an image in the presentation. So connect. Select existing connection as you are already connected to Google Slides in the previous step. Now we will select template presentation here. So that was Academy Awards. We were working on this presentation, like you can see, this template Academy Awards. After selecting the template, it will ask you for the image replace method, center inside, center crop. You can select as per your requirement. I'll go with center inside. Now we will have to give the image that we want to be uploaded here. So I want my logo here. So now I will map it from fourth step, Imgur. So when we uploaded image on Imgur and it generated a link. So we are going to use this link. And now let us just save and send test request. All right, it has been created like this. And now, before I show you the final certificate, let us add another step here. We will write Google Drive. We will select Google Drive. For the action event, we will select share a file with anyone. So to make this certificate that we have made here, adding image, then the student's name. So to make this certificate shareable, we are going to do this step, connect, add a new connection, connect with Google Drive. Again, I'll select my account, continue as I'm already logged in. Okay, so now here it will ask you for the file ID. So what we will do here is we will just turn on the mapping, remove this. So now let us map this and we will go to the final 7th step where we uploaded an image in the presentation, Google Slides. You will notice it has created a presentation ID. We will click here. Just save. Like I'll show you in the top, see you will notice this presentation ID was created when we uploaded the picture in the slide. So we are going to use this presentation ID here in the file ID section. Now just save and send test request. And you will see we have received the response. You can see these. It has generated the PDF link as well that we will use to share on WhatsApp. Now let me take you to my Google Drive and give you a look how my final certificate looks like. Here it is. You can see I've added the logo. The name of the student has come here. You can see demo dummy. And you can see this logo here. So now what we will do is we will add the final step, because now we have to share this certificate on our WhatsApp. So we will select WhatsApp Cloud API. Action event would be send template message. Connect the two, add new connection. Now for token, phone number ID and WhatsApp business account ID, let us go to developers page. Here it is. This is my dashboard. On the left hand side, you will see WhatsApp drop down. Click there and you will see getting started. On the top, you will see temporary access token. Copy it, come back to Pabbly and paste it. So like you can see, we are given a temporary access token, but you can also read it is only valid for just 24 hours. As you can see in the help text, it is showing how you can generate a permanent token. Either you can click on the link here, or we have a full-fledged video on YouTube. Its link is given in the description box below. You can refer to that. Now for the phone number ID, again we will go to developers page, scroll down and you will see phone number ID. Just copy this and paste. Now it needs WhatsApp business account ID. Again we will go to developers page. Click here. You will see right next to phone number ID, you will see WhatsApp business account ID. Just copy this and paste it and save. Okay, it's connected. Now we will select our template name. I have a lot of templates that I've created. Here these are. So I want to select appreciation certificate template. I'll show you how it looks like. You can see this. Hi, here. This is the test names and all. Hi Roger Binny. So here we will map in the name. Then the certificate. You can see the certificate is proudly presented to you for these efforts. Please find the attached PDF containing your certificate. So now this message will be sent to the user on WhatsApp, to a student on WhatsApp. So here they will need a student's mobile number. So either you can map it from the Google Forms if you like this. If you select, you will find the student's phone number. You can select from here. I will just write in. After giving the recipient mobile number, we will give the document URL here. Let us click on this. And on to the final step, Google Drive step, you will notice it had created a PDF link. You will see, we will map it. So let me take you to the previous step and you will see where we made this file, the certificate shareable here. So it generated the PDF link. This is the one. So we are going to use this. We will be sending this on WhatsApp. Okay. After mapping in this document, you can write, I can write appreciations award. You can write whatever you feel like. Now let's see what are the field 1 and field 2. For that, I'll take you to template. Hi. So here the user's name will come. So we are going to map in the name of the student from here, Google Forms. Then let's see what is body 2. So here the body 2 is, okay, our name, the sender's name would come here. So we will just write our company's name, that is Pabbly. You can write your company's name or your name. Now let us just click on save and send test request. Okay, you will see we have received the response. Now let us go to the user's WhatsApp to see if they have received any such message. Okay, this is the one. Let us click here and you will see appreciation award, the title that we had given for the document. I'll show you here. Appreciation award, we gave the document file name. And now let us click on this to see how it looks like. Okay, so here is the certificate. You can see the certificate is proudly present to demo dummy, the student's name, and the logo is here.
Automatically insert image in Google Slides presentation with the Pabbly Connect. So if you are also creating an automation workflow in Pabbly Connect where you are stuck that how to upload the images in Google Slides presentation, then this video is for you, because here I am going to teach you how you can replace this existing image, basically how you can upload a new image in your slide, and not just an image, how you can also upload the relevant plain text along with the image. Okay, so here you can notice I already have a data into my spreadsheet in which I have all the competition name along with the city in which I am going to organize the competition, the date, time, address, and of course the image URL which I would like to upload into my competition banner. Okay, so if the competition is about the dance, then I am going to upload this image into my Google Slides. If the competition is about song competition, then this image will be uploaded automatically into my template. And if the competition is about painting, then this painting related image will be uploaded into my Google Slides, and in this way other details will be also updated automatically using our automation software here in place of this particular data. Okay, so let us start the process. Okay, so firstly I am going to close all the tabs. Okay, so this is my Pabbly Connect dashboard where I have already captured the Google Sheets data. Okay, so let me show you. I have connected this spreadsheet with the Pabbly Connect and I have already captured the first row data, that is the dance competition, city is Pune, date is 2nd June, time is this, address, and here we have the image which I have already shown you. Okay, let me also show you the same data in this response. Alright, so here we have all the data, that is the competition name as dance competition, the city of the competition, the address we have the date, we have the sheet, we even have the image URL. Let us cross check whether it is the same image or not, and yes, it is the same image. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so we have all the data, and now I will show you how you can create a new image into your Google Slides presentation. Okay, so here I will search for the Google Slides application firstly, and just like firstly I have connected my Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, now I am going to connect the spreadsheet with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly I am going to create a new presentation and then I am going to upload the image in that existing presentation. Okay, so that is why firstly I will go with this action event. Now clicking on connect, and instead of going with the new connections, I will go with the existing connection because I have already made this connection multiple times. If you are a new user, you will have to go with the new connection only and provide the access of your Google Slides account. Okay, now it is asking that using which particular template you would like to create your Google Slides. Alright, so I would like to use this specific template, that is competition banner template. Okay, so that template is already got selected, and as soon as you will select the template here, you will notice that the below fields data will be changed automatically based on the variables I have in this specific template. Okay, so let me show you. I have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables in this specific template, so that is why it is showing 5 fields here. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is how based on the template selection these fields vary. Okay, let me provide the data into the next field, that is title of the new presentation. Okay, so whatever the banner, whatever the presentation I am about to create, what should be the name of that template, name of that presentation. Okay, so instead of providing this name manually, I am going to use the above data which I have received from my Google Sheets. And the interesting thing is I don't need to manually copy this data and paste it here. When you will click on this field, you will find the same data, the above data here in the drop down. Okay, so firstly I will map the name of the competition, that is dance competition, then I will add a hyphen with a space, and then I will add the city. Okay, in which city this competition is going to conduct. Alright, so this is going to conduct in this Pune city. Okay, so dance competition banner for, okay, how about I remove this, okay, for dash city for Pune city. Okay, so this is how the name will be created, the name will be provided to my new presentation. Now it is asking that in which location this presentation, this Google Slides should be created. Okay, so how about I create a new folder in front of you. Okay, so I will provide a random name, something like all banner images for competitions. Okay, I hope it is looking good. clicking on create and my folder will be created. Okay, well, where is the folder? Okay, currently this folder is blank. Coming back to my Pabbly Connect dashboard, and here I will firstly click on this refresh to fetch new items so that I can access that newly created Google Drive folder. Okay, and here you can notice the same folder name is visible at the top only, which I have selected. And now finally I am going to map the data. Okay, so we have the competition name as dance competition. We have the city name, I guess Pune. Yes, I do remember that it was Pune only. Asking for the date, time and address. Okay, so I just need to provide the data from my Google Sheets data. Well, the date was 2nd of June. The timing was, I guess, of 11 to 1 p.m. and the address was, I'll have to check for this address, which was ABC Auditorium. Okay, so as soon as I will click on this button, you will see a new presentation will be created automatically and the data will be added here automatically in this template. Okay, using this template. Okay, so fingers crossed, clicking on this button, save and send test request, waiting for the response to be received here. And once the response will be received, you will notice that the template will be created. Basically, it should not be template, we should call it as a banner. Okay, here you can notice, let me check and open whether the data has been added, has been replaced or not. And here you can see Playwood Activity School is organizing dance competition in your Pune. Well, I think in place of in your, it should be in your city Pune. So I think I should make this correction into my main template, which was competition banner template. Okay, in your city, and here I will add a hyphen. Okay, let me also correct the spelling. And this is the new presentation which we have just created, and here you can see how the whole data has been added here automatically. Okay, and I think in our name there is no space left. Okay, so how about I firstly delete this existing slide so that I can re-update it, I can recreate it, because this was something. Alright, take out from slash. No, I don't want to take out from slash. Okay, alright, so I have deleted that existing presentation. Okay, so this is my Google Drive folder. I will be clicking on that save and send test request button once again, but before that I'll have to correct the name. That is, it should be a space, there should be a space in between these values. Okay, I hope it is looking good. And now finally I'll click on this button once again, and this time the template will look good for sure. Basically, I have updated the name. Okay, so the response is received once again, and let us check this brand new competition banner. And here you can see currently the name is also looking good, and here we have the dance competition in your city Pune. Well, it is looking absolutely fine. Now the very important thing for which we are actually creating this automation workflow is how to upload the images in your Google Slides. Well, you just need to click on this plus icon and search for the Google Slides application once again. And let me tell you, in place of creating a new presentation, this time we will search for this upload image in presentation action event. Okay, and we will connect it once again with the existing connection only. Okay, and as soon as I will select the brand new banner here, number of images I have into my slides, the same number will be reflected here because I have a single image only. So that is why we have a single image field only. Okay, and instead of selecting this presentation from the drop down, again I am going to map the data. And if you are not sure what is this mapping, so whatever the details I am mapping here, these details will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. But if I will provide any data manually, then this data will remain same. So that is why I am going to remove the existing data, and then I am going to map the ID of that presentation. Okay, so basically I would like to upload the image in this recent banner. Okay, so I can easily map the ID from where, from the previous step data. Okay, let me show you. This is the response which we have fetched. Okay, and this is the ID which I am going to map here. Okay, and again let me tell you, this ID will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Okay, so I have selected the template presentation ID, and image replace method I will keep it as center inside only, asking for the slide or image. okay? So remember, we have already captured the image URL of the dance competition. I am going to map the same URL here from this Google Sheets data, okay? So this is the image data which I have already shown you. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, and waiting for the response to receive in the Pabbly Connect. Alright, the response is received, and here you can see how that existing image has been replaced automatically from my Google Sheets data with the help of Pabbly Connect, okay? So this is how you can easily upload the image into your Google Slides presentation automatically using Pabbly Connect software, okay? In this particular case, I am picking up the image related data from the Google Sheets, but again it is up to you that from which particular source you would like to fetch your image related data, okay? I hope it is understood, and now it is up to you whether you would like to execute this automation in real time or whether you would like to execute this automation in bulk, okay? So if you want that as soon as you are adding a new data, this automation should be executed in real time, in that case you will have to enable this send on event option. But let's say you want to create these banners using this Google Sheets data in bulk automatically, in that case you will have to enable this send all data option, okay? So let me enable the same option here, okay? Here you can notice it is working, and now I am expecting that multiple Google Slides presentation will be created automatically using this Google Sheets data, okay? So how about I refresh my Google Drive folder here. Alright, so here you can notice once I have refreshed my folder how the templates, the presentation have started creating automatically into my Google Drive folder, and if I will open any of the presentation in front of you, you will notice that the images have been uploaded automatically, okay? I just have to wait for few more seconds, okay? So let us check, fingers crossed, whether the image has been uploaded or not. And here you can notice the city has been replaced as Delhi, the competition name has been replaced as song competition, and since it is a song competition, that is why the relevant image has been added, and even the details also replaced automatically. So this is how you can entirely automate the process of image uploading task with the Google Slides and Pabbly Connect very easy.
Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So in this video, we will see how you can convert the slides which you are creating using Pabbly Connect's automation into a JPG or PNG format, into an image format. So a lot of users requesting us that they want to get the slides which they are creating using Pabbly Connect's automation into the JPG or PNG format. So in this video, we will see how you can do that. Now here guys, you will see I have created a workflow inside Pabbly Connect. And in this workflow, I have selected Google Forms as a trigger application, and then we have connected our Google form which we have created with Pabbly Connect using the webhook URL. And we have received this form response, this form submission data in our Pabbly Connect workflow as well. So here you can see the response. Then using these details and the template which we have created in Google Slides, you will see in the next step, I have created a new presentation, a new slide. We have selected the template, we have entered the required details, and after that, we have created the slide. And we have stored the slide in our Google Drive, as you can see over here. Now after this guys, in the next step, we have changed the share permission of this newly created slide as well. So in the third step, we have selected the action application as Google Drive, and the action event was share a file with anyone. And then after mapping the file ID, here you can see that we have changed the share permission of this same file which we have created. Now the share permission of this slide which we have created using this workflow on the form submission is anyone with the link. Now also in response, you can see we have received the link of the same file into different formats. Like we can see the link in open document format, we have the PDF format, we have the open XML format, and also in the text plain format. Now to convert guys, to get this same slide into a JPG or PNG format, into an image format, what we are going to do, we are going to use Cloud Converter. So here in response from Google Drive, you will notice we have received this PDF link of the same file. Let's copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. Now after pasting this, you will see this file will be downloaded on our system, and it is the exact same certificate, exact same slide which we have created using Google Slides in this automation workflow. So using Cloud Convert, we are going to actually convert this PDF file into the JPG or PNG format. How you can do that? you just have to scroll down in your workflow, click on this Add Action Step button, and here in Choose App, search for Cloud Convert. Just select it. After selecting Cloud Convert in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Convert a File. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Cloud Converter account with Pabbly Connect. So just click on this Connect with Cloud Convert button. Just authorize the Cloud Convert connection. So here guys, I have already logged into my Cloud Convert account. That is why Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and asked us for the authorization. And once we authorize it, we will see our Cloud Convert account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the file URL. That what is the URL, what is the link of the file which we want to convert. So here guys, we have received the URL, the PDF URL of the file of the slide which we have just now created. From these responses of Google Drive, share a file with anyone. Here you can see this is the PDF link of the same slide which we have just now created using this automation. And from this response, we are going to map the same response of PDF file link over here. Just click here. And from the drop-down from Google Drive responses, select the response of the PDF link and map it. After mapping it, then it is asking us, the next thing it asks us is input format, that in which format this file is present right now. So here from the drop-down, we are going to select PDF format. So just search for PDF and select it. After selecting the input format, the next thing it asks us is the output format, that in which format we want to convert this file. And in the drop-down, you can see a list of different formats over here. So from this drop-down, you can see any format according to your requirement, like JPG, PNG, or any format. Let's select PNG for now. Just select it. And at last, it is asking us for the file name, that what will be the name of the file which we are going to convert. So here guys, in file name, I want the name of the image which we are going to convert to be a combination of name of the user who has submitted this form and their email address. Similarly, here guys, in Google Slide, I have used a combination of name of the user and the email address to create the new presentation title. And in the same way, we are going to create the name of the image as well. Just click here. From Google Form responses, select the response of name of the user, and then let's map the email address after that. And after giving the file names over here, the help text says providing a file name including extension for the output file. So after giving the name, we also have to enter the extension, the file extension of the file format in which we are converting this file. Like we are converting this file from PDF to PNG. So after this file name, we have to enter .png, the file format, the file extension over here as well. Now after doing this, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received this response. And in this response, you can see the data status as waiting. Now this means that Cloud Convert has initiated, Cloud Convert has started converting this PDF file whose links we have mapped over here from PDF format to PNG format. And in response, you can see the status as waiting. And when we will scroll down, here you can see another response that is saying as job ID. Now here guys, the important note says, after this action step, apply a delay of 5 to 7 minutes, then map the job ID from the response of this action in the next action step, get job details. So this important note says, after using this action step of convert a file from Cloud Convert, what we have to do? We have to add a delay of 5 to 7 minutes in our automation workflow. That automation workflow will start. It will basically create the presentation, create the slide from Google Slide. Then after that, from Google Drive, we will also change the share permission of the file and get the PDF link. Then after that, we will send that same PDF link to Cloud Convert to convert this PDF file into the PNG file, into the image file. But after that, this automation workflow should be delayed for 5-7 minutes. And then in the next step, once again, we have to use the action event of Cloud Convert, that is get job details, to get the URL, to get the link of the converted file in image format. So let's do this. We will just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button. And then here in Choose App, search for delay. Select it. After selecting delay by Pabbly, the next thing it asks us is how much delay you want to put in workflow. And in drop down, you can see two different options. First one is delay for, and second one is delay until. Now, because we want to delay this automation workflow for 5 minutes, so we are going to select delay for. In delay unit, we are going to select minutes and the value will be 5. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. And now you can see that we have successfully added this delay of 5 minutes in this automation workflow. So this automation workflow will be delayed for 5 minutes at this step, and after 5 minutes, this automation workflow will continue after this. Now after adding the delay, once again click on this add action step button, and we have to select cloud convert as once again over here in action application. Select cloud convert. And in action event from the drop down, this time we have to select the action event as get job details. Click on connect. Now because we have connected our cloud convert account in the previous step, so we don't have to make a new connection. You can select the existing connection and click on save. Now after making the connection, the one and only thing it asks us is the job ID. So we have received the job ID from the cloud convert's first action step which we have used, that was convert a file. So here after starting the conversion of this file by cloud convert, in response you can see that we have received this job ID. And we are going to map the same job ID over here in this step. Just click here, and from the drop down from cloud convert, convert a file responses, select the response of job ID and map it over here. After mapping this job ID, click on this save and send test request button. Now after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see that the status of conversion of this file is been finished. So earlier we have received the status as waiting over here, as you can see, but now the conversion of this file from PDF to PNG format is finished. And when we will scroll down further in this response, you will see a response named as result files URL. And here you can see the URL, the link of the same file whose PDF we have given. The same slide whose PDF we have given is now converted into PNG format. Just copy this link from here, go to a new tab, paste it over here, and you can see the PNG image of the same file of the same slide which we have created in this automation using Google Slide is being open in front of us. Now this means this automation workflow is working perfectly fine till now. And in this automation, what we have done, we have basically created some new slides, some new presentations from Google Slide, and then in the same automation workflow using Cloud Convert, we have converted the files or the presentations from Google Slide into the PNG or JPG format, into the image format. Now after converting this up, you can use the same link, this same URL to upload or send this same image file to any of the user or anywhere, any application you want. For example, if you want to upload the same file into your Google Drive. So let's see how you can do it. Just click on this add action step button. And then here in choose app, search for Google Drive. Select Google Drive. Then in action event from the drop down, select the action event as upload a file. Click on connect. I have connected my Google Drive account in the previous step, so I will be selecting the existing connection and we'll just click on save. Then it is asking us URL, that what is the URL, what is the link of the file which you want to upload. So here from this cloud convert get job ID details, in response we have received the URL, the link of the PNG of the image of the Google slide which we have created. So we are going to map the same URL over here. Just click here and from the drop down select and map the same URL. Then it is asking us folder ID, then on our Google Drive account, in which particular folder we want to upload this file. So I have this folder in my Google Drive account named as new certificates. So here in the same folder, let's create a subfolder. Click on new button, click on the folder, and I will name this folder as PNG format and click on create. So just now we have created a new folder over here. Let's open this folder. And we have to enter the folder ID of this particular folder. So from the URL section here, you can see that after folder slash, you can see the folder ID of this particular folder. In whatever folder of your Google Drive account, you just have to open the folder and from here, you can get the folder ID. Just copy this folder ID and paste it over here in Pabbly Connect. And then we have to enter the file name. So here from the drop down, from Cloud Convert responses of get job details, we have also received the response for the name of the file. This is file name. Let's map this file name over here as well with the file extension. And then just click on save and send test request. And when we will click on save and send test request, here you will see that we will be receiving some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the file whose URL we have mapped over here has been uploaded on this particular folder on our Google Drive account. So let's check it. We will go to Google Drive. And yes, here you can see that the PNG image of the same slide which we have just now created in this automation from Google Slides is now uploaded on our Google Drive. This means the automation workflow which we have created is working absolutely fine. So in this way, you can actually convert the slides or the presentations which you are creating using Google Slide in the Pabbly Connect workflow into PNG or JPG format into a image format. And then you can send those files anywhere you want using the same Pabbly Connect automation workflow as well. That too automatically. So here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once. So what we are going to do, we will go to a Google form and we will make a test submission. For example, the name of the person is test user. This is the email address. Let's select the course start date as, for example, December 8th and the course end date as January 12th. Click on submit. And just now we have made a new form submission in our Google form. And after making this form submission, we will see using Google Slides template, we are going to create a new certificate and we are going to store that certificate in our Google Drive. So here, let's go to our Google Drive. We'll go to this new certificate folder. And yes, here you can see that the new certificate has been created and added in our Google Drive over here. We have the same name, we have the same start date and the same end date which we have selected in the form submission. After this guys, because we have added a delay of 5 minutes in this automation workflow, we will see within 5 minutes, this file will be the same certificate file which we have generated just now. It will be converted into the PNG format and the PNG, the image of the same certificate will be uploaded in this particular folder of our Google Drive. So let's wait for 5 minutes over here. And yes guys, here you can see that within 5 minutes, the same image has been added in our Google Drive folder. And you will see this is the image of the same certificate which we have just now created using the same automation from Google Slide. Now this means this automation workflow is working perfectly fine. And in the same workflow, now you know how you can convert the Google Slide presentation or slide into JPG or PNG format into the image format as well.
So in this video, we are going to learn how to create presentation in Google Slides from Typeform responses. Now suppose guys, you have created some kind of online form using Typeform and you're getting some data from the users using that form. And you want to use that data and create some kind of presentations in Google Slide in bulk, and that too automatically. So in this video, we will see how you can automate this process. And in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new form response in Typeform, automatically with the same details, we are going to create a new presentation in Google Slides. So in Google Slides, we already have a template, and in that template, we are going to put in the form responses which we are going to receive from Typeforms. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Typeforms to Google Slides. And then just click on Create Typeform to Google Slides. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our form which we have created using Typeform with Pabbly Connect, so that every time we receive a new form submission, a new form response in Typeform, automatically that form response should be captured inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those form responses to Google Slide, and in our Google Slides account, we have created this template of a certificate. So in this video, I'm just taking an example of certificate. Like using Google Slides, I want to create some certificates for the event in which the students have participated. So here I have created a form which I'm going to share with the students where they can enter their details. And with the same details, I want to create the certificates for the event's participation. And after that, after creating these certificates using Pabbly Connect's automation, all of these certificates will be stored in Google Drive of the same account over here in a specific folder. So let's see how it is done. Now here in Trigger window, in Choose App, search for Typeform. Just select it. After selecting Typeform in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select Trigger Event as New Entry. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So here guys, we have to connect our Typeform account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Typeform button And then here, because we have already logged into our Typeform account in our browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account. Just scroll down and then we have to click on this accept button over here. And as we click on accept, we will see our Typeform account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the form. And here in this drop down, you can see all the forms which you have created in your Typeform account. Right now in my Typeform account, I have created only two forms. First one is named as contact form and second one is named as certification form. So out of all of the form which we have created, the form submission, the form responses from which particular form we want to capture inside Pabbly Connect. So I have created this form named as certification form, using which we want to create the certificates or the new slides or documents in Google Slides. So from this drop down, I'm going to select this particular form over here. And after this, what we have to do, we just have to click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that it has now changed to waiting for response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some data from Typeform of a new form submission. So let's do it. We will go to the form which we have created using Typeform. We'll get the share link of this particular form and then open it in a new tab over here. After opening this form, we are going to enter the details of a test user or dummy user and make a form submission in this form. Let's click on start and then let's enter the name. For example, demo user. This is the name of the person. Then let's move to the next tab. The email address is this. This is the email address. Now the next thing it asks us is the mobile number. So let me enter a dummy mobile number. Then it is asking us for the age. For example, I'll enter the age as 8 years. And then participation events. So here we have an option that in which particular event the student or the person has participated. So we have several events over here, out of which I'm just going to select the 100 meters race. And then it is asking us the date, that on which particular date this event has occurred. And for the same date, we are going to create the certificate as well. We are going to mention the same date on the certificate. For example, I'll take the year date as 14th of April 1404. 2023, and let's click on submit. So as we click on submit, we will see just now we have received a new form response, a new submission in the form which you have created using Typeform. And because we have connected this form with Pabbly Connect, we will see the same form submission data, the same form response will be received inside Pabbly Connect as well. So we'll go to Pabbly Connect, and yes, here in the trigger window of Pabbly Connect, where we have connected our Typeform account, you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you will see the exact same details of the form submission. So we will just scroll down to this responses and we will see the same form submission details. So let's search for these details. And yes, here you can see that the same phone number which we have entered while submitting the form. We'll scroll down. Here you can see the same email address which we have entered. Then you can see the same name. Then we'll scroll down further and then we will see some other details regarding to it as well. Like here we have entered the age as 8, so here you can see the 8. The event which we have selected was 100 meters race. You can see the same event. And then here you can see the same date, 23rd, 2023, 0414. So 14th of April, 2023. This means, guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the form submission, the form responses from Typeform inside our Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. Now, every time we are going to receive a new form submission, this automation workflow is going to get triggered, and with the same form submission responses, a new slide will be created in Google Slide. Now, after completing the step 1, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, using these details, we want to create a new slide in Google Slide from the template which we have already created. So for that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for Google Slides. And then just select it. After selecting Google Slides, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create Presentation from Template. Just select it, click on Connect, and select Add New Connection. So here, guys, we are going to connect our Google Slides account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign In with Google button. After that, just select your Google Slides account in which you have created the template. And then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Slides account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the template presentation. That all the presentation, all the slides which we have created in our Google Slides account, out of all of them, from which particular template we want to create this new slide. So here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the presentations which I have created in my Google Slides account. Out of all of this, we are going to use this template named as participation certificate template. So I have created a dedicated template to create certificates of participation for all the users who are submitting the form. You just have to create a template presentation in your Google Slides account using which you want to create new slides, new presentation for every form submission. So here I've created this template. So I'm going to select this exact same template from this drop down, participation certificate template. After selecting the presentation, the template, the next thing it asks us of title of new presentation. That the new presentation which we are going to create, what will be the title of that new presentation? So I want the title of the new presentation, the new slide which we are going to create, to be a combination of the name of the person and the email of the person. So here, the user who is submitting the form, I want to mention the name of the person, and after a hyphen, I want to mention the email of the person. This will be the file name of the new slides, the new presentation which we are going to create. So how you can do that? For that, the form responses, the form submission data which we have received in our trigger window, from these responses, we have to map the name of the person and the email of the person over here in this field of title of new presentation. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Typeform of a new form submission. Out of all of these responses, first select the response of the name of the person because we want to add the name of the person as the first response. So let's search for the response of name of the person. And here it is. This is the response. Just select it and map it over here. After this, just add a hyphen, and then we wanted to mention or add the email address of the person. So from this drop down, once again, just select the email address over here. And here it is. So whatever name and email address the user is going to enter while submitting the form, with the same name and email address will be the file name for the presentation for the certificate which we have created using Google Slides for them. And as I told you, all the presentation, all the slides which we are going to create using this automation, all of those slides are going to get stored in our Google Drive folder of the same Google Slides account. And here in the next step, it is asking us the same thing, new presentation location. So that it is asking us that the new presentations, new slides which we are going to create using these details and the template, on which folder, on which specific folder in our Google Drive account, we want to save these new slides. So here guys, in this drop down, you can see a list of all the folders which we have created in our Google Drive account. Out of all of this, I have created a dedicated folder named as certificates over here. And in this particular folder, I want to store all the slides, all the certificates which we create. So here guys, what we have to do, we just have to select that particular folder over here from this drop down. After selecting the folder, here you can see some fields, event, date of participation, current date, and the name. Now here you must be thinking, what are these fields? So we'll get back to the template slide which we have created. And in this template size, here you can see that I have added some text in double curly braces over here. Here we can see the name, here we have the event, here we have the date of participation in double curly braces, and here we have the current date over here. So here guys, the name, event, date of participation, current date, all of these things, all of this text which we are going to enter in place of this are going to keep on changing for every new slide, every new form submission which we get. So every time we will get a new name, the event will be different, the date of participation will be different, and the current date will also be different. So here, these details are going to be some dynamic text, some variables which will be keep on changing. And to add these kind of dynamic text, to add these kind of variables in our slide which we are going to create using this automation, we add some text in these double curly braces. And whatever text we are going to enter in this double curly braces, the same text can be seen over here inside Pabbly Connect as fields. So here you can see we have added name, and here in Pabbly Connect, you can see name over here. Now after that, here you can see event we have added in double curly braces. Here you can see the name of the event. Then you can see the date of participation which we have written over here. You can see date of participation, and at last we have the current date. So you can see the same field of current date over here. Now here in Pabbly Connect, in this field, we want to mention, we have to basically enter that what are the text, what are the details which we want to add in place of these variables of a new slide which we are going to create. Like here guys, I'm going to create a new slide, a new presentation or a new certificate for this form submission which we have received. And in that particular side, I want to mention the details which I have received from this form submission. So one by one, we are going to map these details from this form submission over here in their respective fields. Like the first field which we have is of event. So here guys, from the drop down from Typeform responses, we have received the response of the event which user has selected while submitting the form. Here it is 100 meters race, which we have selected while making the test form submission. So we are going to select that same response and map it over here. Then we have the date of participation. So the form submitting user has also entered the date of participation over here. So from this drop down, you can select the same date over here. Then we have the current date. Like in current date, you can manually enter the current date, that on which particular date this basically form submission is happening, or for which particular date you want to create the certificate. Or instead of manually entering it, here in response, you can see that we have received a response in the initial stages of responses, that is the date submitted at what date and time this form was submitted. So using a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter, you can change the format of this date and get the current date over here, that on what particular date this form is submitted, on the same date this certificate will be generated. So either we have two options. We can get the date from form submission, that on whatever date the form is submitted, for the same date the certificate will be created. Like we can add the current date, today's date over here. Or what we can do, we can manually enter a specific date for each and every certificate over here. Now I want to add the current date, and to add a current date in our automation workflow, we can use a feature of Pabbly Connect, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter. For that, just click on this add action step button before this Google Slide step, and here in choose app, search for date time formatter. Just select it. After selecting date time formatter in action event from the drop down, select the action event as current date over here. Then just click on connect. After clicking on the connect, it is asking us basic format, that in which particular format we want the current date. So here in the drop down, you can see a list of different formats. Out of all of them, we want to select the format of year, month and date. So in the same format, we have received the date of participation from Typeform responses, as you can see over here. Here it is, year, month and date. And in the same form, we want to add the current date as well. Then it is asking us include time in response, that do we want to add the current time in the response or not. So we don't want to add the time. So we have selected false over here. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received the response. We have received the current date over here in response. And we are going to map this same response of current date over here in this field. So right now, after clicking here in the drop down, you can't see any data to map. This is because we have added a new step before this Google Slide step. So what we have to do, we just have to click on this connected button in Google Slide, just select the existing connection and click on save. We just have to reconnect our Google Slides account, this action step. And after reconnecting it, once again click on this field, and now you can see both the steps from the previous step, the mapping data from both the previous steps over here. We can see the Typeform responses and also the response from datetime formatter. And from the response of datetime formatter, map the response of current date over here. Then at last, we have this field of name, where we wanted to mention the name of the participant. So we have received the name of the participant from Typeform responses. So from the drop down from Typeform responses, just select the response of name and map it over here. Here it is, and map it. So in this way, you can basically add any variable, any dynamic text and n number of dynamic text according to your requirement. Like if you want to add 10 dynamic text over here in the slide which you have created in Google Slide in your template, you can add them and you can get all of those details in the Typeform responses which you are creating. So you just have to get the details from Typeform responses using the form submission from the user, and you can add all of those details of your choice over here in this template and create new slides, new presentation using those details over here. So after mapping the details on all of their respective fields, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, using these details and the template which we have selected, a new presentation is being created in our Google Slides account. And the presentation which was created is stored in this particular folder in our Google Drive. And the name of the presentation is this, whatever data which we have entered or mapped over here in this title of new presentation section. So let's check it. We will go to this particular Google Drive folder. We'll just go there. And yes, here you can see that a new slide, a new presentation has been created in this particular folder. The name of the presentation is the exact same name, the combination of the name of the user who has submitted the form and after a hyphen their email address. Now when we will open this presentation, when we will open this slide, here you can see that the details in this slides are the exact same details which we have received from form submission. Here you can see the same name. Then after this, guys, here you can see the same event which we have entered over here. So in our template section, here you can see that after performance in, here we have mentioned the variable of event. We have written event in double curly braces. And we have mentioned the name of the event from form responses over here in this field of event. And here in the new presentation, you can see the exact same event over here. Then here you can see the exact same date which the user has entered while submitting the form. And then here you can see the current date, the date on which we are generating this certificate. This automation is basically running. The same date, the same time when the user has submitted the form. So this means the automation workflow which we have created in this video using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new response in Typeform, using those responses, using those form submission data, automatically we can create new slides, new presentations in our Google Slides account with that template. And those new presentations will be stored in our Google Drive folder. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once in real time. For that, we'll get back to Typeform. And then here we are going to create another form submission. We are going to enter a new details and submit the form. So let's start. This time, let's change the name of the person as test user. This is the name. Now let's enter the email address as well. This is the email address of the person. Then let's add the demo mobile number, the age, the event. Let's select the event as music competition and the event date as 16th of April 2023 and click on submit. So just now we have submitted a form using Typeform. In our Typeform, we have received a new response. And as we receive this response, we will see automatically within few seconds, using the same form submission details, a new certificate will be generated with the same template which we have selected in this automation workflow. So let's check our Google Drive account. We'll go to Google Drive. We'll just refresh our folder once. And yes, here you can see that within seconds, a new slide, a new presentation is created and stored in our specific Google Drive folder, which we have selected. And the name of the presentation is the same name, the name of the person, test user, and after a hyphen, we can see the same email address, which we have entered in form submission. When we will open this presentation, we will see this is the exact same template of certificate which we have selected. And here you can see the same details. You can see the same name, same event for which we have selected the form submission, same date, and also the same current date, today's date on which we have created this certificate over here. This means the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine, and we have tested this automation as well. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Hello everyone, today we will learn how to send a message about new presentation in Google Slides to Slack. Now every time you create a new presentation, you want to inform your team members about that presentation and you want to send a message directly to Slack about that presentation. So this cannot happen automatically every time because both these applications do not have a direct connection between them. But today we will create an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect where our trigger will be a new slide created in Google Slides and our action will be to send a message in Slack to your team members. So let us learn how to do it. So let us learn how can you integrate Slack and Google Slide in such a way that whenever a new presentation will be created in your Google Slides, your team member will get a message about that as a notification in your Slack group. We will be doing this with the help of Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly and I will directly sign in into my account. If you don't have an account, you have to click on sign up for free.
sign in with Google, and then I will be logged in into my Pabbly account where I can see all the applications provided to you to create automation. Because we are going to connect to applications today, we will use Pabbly Connect for that purpose. Click on Access Now, and then you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, where you will find this big blue button on your right side where it is written Create Workflow. Click on that button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I am going to name it as Send message on Slack for new presentation in Google Slides. Click on Create, and then a blank workflow will be created for you. Here you can see two boxes, one with trigger and the other with action written over it. Now what is this trigger and action? A trigger is when this happens, which means that when this situation or when this event takes place in your trigger application, then your workflow will move forward towards the action application and perform the action that is assigned to your action application. Today our trigger application is going to be Google Drive and not Google Slides. Why? Because whether it is Google Sheets, Google Docs or Google Slides, everything is saved in your Google Drive. So because even if you look for Google Slides, it does not provide any trigger or trigger event to you in this workflow. So we are going to use Google Drive as our trigger application, and then the trigger event is going to be new file in a specific folder. I will tell you the reason not to use new file, because new file, if you choose as a trigger event, then every time you share the file details into your Slack group, then you have to provide access to that person. So every time you create a new file, you have to go to your settings in your Google Drive and then provide access, and sharing details are to be changed. But if you provide this trigger as new file in a specific folder, then it will become easy for you, because you are going to assign the access to the whole folder, and every time a new file is added or created in that specific folder, it will automatically be shared without giving any access. So click on Connect and then add new connection, sign in with Google, and then choose your Google account and give access by clicking on Allow over here. So now your Google Drive and Pabbly Connect are connected. So before selecting your folder or subfolder, you will be opening your Google Drive over here. And then you have to create a new folder from the plus button given over here. Click on new folder and then give it a name like Slides. So I'm going to name it as Slides. Click on create and a new folder will be created for you like this. So now you have to make sure that you save all the files to this file or this folder only. So every time you create a new presentation over here, like if I open this presentation which is with the name PPT, so there is an option of this folder. Click on this folder and then you can choose the folder where you want to keep this file to, because that's how you can move this file, and click on move. So it will automatically go to this folder. So whenever you create a file, just make sure that you send this file to that specific folder that you have created over here. Okay, so now refresh this a little bit so that it can fetch folders. Now because we are having only one folder in our Google Drive, it will automatically detect that. If you had 10 folders, you will get the list of all the 10 names of the folders. So this is the name of our folder, and we will click on Save and Send Test Request. So now you can see a response has been received. Why? Because we have created a presentation over here with the name PPT right here. So this has been received. If you want to create one more presentation, then let us create one more presentation and then we will click on Save and Send Test Request. So click on this plus button. Name your presentation. I am going to name it as Testing PPT. You can add heading over here and the subtitle. A dummy I'm creating, and then this folder. Then select your folder to drive and move. So now it has been moved to Slides. You can go back to your Slides and see it's here. So click on Save and Send Test Request, and now it will capture the details of our new PPT that we just created with the name Testing PPT right here. So these are all the information that we required. See, we have the link of the Google Slides over here. Okay, this is the link. And then we have the name of the PPT, the user details. So we have the basic details of PPT right here. But in your Google Drive, everything, whether it is a sheet, whether it is a document or it is a slide, everything is stored. So what if a Google Sheet comes over here and then that is sent to Slack, but only the
presentations and the Google Slides are supposed to be sent. So for that purpose, we are going to add a filter to our action application. Filter is actually a feature built inside Pabbly. Here you can see it is present over here. You need not find it as well. So you have selected filter. Filter actually filters all the submissions that come to Pabbly Connect and allows only the one that we have set the settings to. Like you can see over here, there is a section called MIME type. So this MIME type is actually the type of document it is. It's application, Google Apps and presentation. If you are taking this response or capturing this response for spreadsheet, so it will say spreadsheet over here. In another case of a document, it will say document over here. Because now it is Google Slides, so it is saying presentation, which means that every time it captures a response over here and this MIME type says presentation, which means that correct, this has to be sent forward to Slack. So now we will put the filter to MIME and we will map our MIME as here. See, this is the MIME one. So it should contain what? It should contain presentation. If it contains document, then it won't go ahead. If it contains spreadsheet, then it won't go ahead. But if it contains presentation, then it will go ahead. And you will understand how when you click on save and send test request, it will tell you the response. That is success. The condition is true, which means for this situation, because yes, we created a new slide, the condition is true. So we will save this and move ahead to our last and our final destination, that is Slack. Select your action application as Slack. Open your Slack over here and these are the different channels where I have selected this #random channel where I will send this information. So I will just select the event as send channel message and connect our application. Click on add new connection, connect with Slack, and then you have to enter the details at user or bot. So here if you click to know more about the Slack tokens, you will get a list of all the actions that will be performed if you enter user and all the actions that will be performed if you enter bot. Like it's written over here, for user, you can add a star, remove a star, and etc. is given over here. Further, for bot, send channel messages with image, without image, direct messages, all these details are given over here. We want to send channel messages with or without image. In any case, we want to send messages. So we are going to use what? User over here. So just type user and click on save. And that's how. Just click on allow, give it 2-3 seconds, and then yes, when it's green, click on allow and then both the accounts will be connected. Now you have to enter some general information like select the correct channel. So as I told you, here my channel name is random. So I will click on this drop down menu and select my channel name. Then I will enter the message. So the message is a new Google presentation has been created with the name, comma, and then I will map the name from here. So what was the name? It was testing PPT. So just map it, find your name, or either you can just write in this search and map data. This was the title. So you've created the name. Then you put a slash and n. Okay. Don't give any space. Just map the link which actually gives you the access to this slide. It's called user permission self link. Click on this link and this is the link which will take you to the slide. Okay. Now come down to other details that are not that much required because there is no image, there is no URL required. Just click on save and send test request. And then you will see that a message has been sent. First of all, look for any error. If it shows any error, then you have to correct it then and there. But it doesn't show any error, which means our work has been done. Click on save to save your work till here. And then we will go to Slack to see that yes, a message has been sent over here. A new Google presentation has been created with the name testing PPT. And this is the link. So in order to open the link, make sure that you go to your slides and give your folder access from your share option. So that you have to do first of all the foremost step. So this was the workflow. Let us close the window and do a quick recap of all these steps that we have just created and our workflow has started working. So our trigger application was Google Drive and we chose the event as new file in specific folder. We created a folder and made sure that every time a new presentation is created over here, it is sent to that specific folder in our Google Drive. Then we set a filter that this workflow should continue only and only if
this has a presentation, not a spreadsheet, neither a document. Further, we added our action application as Slack, send channel messages was our action event, and then chose the correct channel name, typed the message, mapped the name and the URL, and then clicked on save and send REST request, which gave us this response. And then in our random channel, this message was sent to the whole group. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.